The Real Antagonists by Julia Brown and Nick Johnson. Alright, today we're going to say hello to three special people. We have Ralph from Lord of the Flies, and we also have Guy from Fahrenheit 451. And lastly, we have little Billy from Slaughterhouse 5. Just say hello, hi, hello, howdy. Alright. First off, we have to wonder, what is an antagonist? An antagonist is a person who actively opposes or is hostile to someone or something. Although there are characters that act as the antagonist, for example, Jack in Lord of the Flies and Beatty in Fahrenheit 451, the real antagonist in all these three novels is actually the character themselves. There's a little Billy. Alright, Billy Pilgrim. He can time travel, but he does nothing to control his journeys. He allows fate to dominate his existence, and he keeps a guard up, and doesn't let other people help him cope with the effects of war. And he also gets transported by aliens. And he's sleeping, like he always does when he goes through time travel. And the quote here is, "Father, father, father," said Barbara, "what are we going to do with you? Are you going to force us to put you where your mother is?" And she's talking about this nursing home, and because he's very blankly, he's became a vegetable, sort of. And Billy Pilgrim, the quote shows that how Billy does not cooperate with the ones who care for him. He is not allowing his daughter Barbara to help him. Additionally, it shows how lifeless he become because he just doesn't react to anything going around in his life, and he just doesn't react or talk or eat. Here's this guy, so happy today. Alright, Guy Montag, he realizes that he is living a lie, being a fireman and all. He begins to become paranoid when he confesses about the books to his wife, and he has hidden his feelings toward the utopian society that are exposed throughout the novel, about how everything's all good, but it's not all good. Alright, the quote says, "Of course I'm happy. What does she think I'm not?" he asked the quiet rooms. He stood looking up at the ventilator grill in the hall and suddenly remembered that something lay hidden behind the grill. Something that seemed to peer down at him now. He moved his eyes quickly away. This quote shows the guy's questioning of his happiness shows that he is not sure of himself. When he looks up at the grill, he is showing that he actually isn't happy with his lifestyle. His guilt over the hidden books contradicts his occupation as a fireman because they burn the books, but he's reading the books, and that just doesn't work out for him, and later in the book you find out. Alright, little Ralph. He doubts himself a lot because, especially when Piggy it says that he's smarter and wiser than him because he's coming up with all these ideas, and he begins to lose sanity about his leadership skills when all the boys don't like him and is going after Jack. The quote from this book says, "Piggy, what are we going to do?" Piggy nodded to the conch. "You could call an assembly?" Ralph laughed sharply as he said the word, and Piggy frowned. "You're still chief." Ralph laughed again. Yeah, so this whole quote is where it shows that this moment of the novel signifies when Ralph realizes that he has lost all power as the chief. He laughs at the idea of calling an assembly because he knows that no one will attend, except for the little ones. And he begins to realize that Piggy was right all along because Piggy's the go-getter. But Ralph just doesn't believe it himself. Now you're probably wondering, how are these three books similar? All these characters, Billy, Guy, and Ralph, are similar in the idea that they are all carelessly allowing life to carry on without taking any initiative and change their negative situations. They just take what's given to them and don't care about it. Alright. Specifically, Billy shows that when he allows his time travels to continue without trying to control where he'll end up next. And Guy shows this in the beginning when he endures through day after day, knowing in the back of his mind that he is unhappy. And Ralph, he's really sad when he shows this when he gives up being chief after realizing he has lost power to Jack. In conclusion, we're just trying to say the antagonists in every novel, not every novel, just these three, discussed are actually the main characters themselves. Ralph, Guy, and Billy. So, it's a word of advice. Don't be antagonist in your own story. Thank you. Goodbye.
Created using Powtoon.